In this video, I want to have a look at naming the sides of triangles. So we give special names to the sides of right-angled triangles. The hypotenuse is always the longest side, and that's a word that we've learned from when we were using Pythagoras' theorem. So the longest side is always the hypotenuse. The names of the other two sides depend on which angle we're talking about. So the side opposite the angle that we're talking about is just called the opposite side. The side next to the angle that we're talking about is called the adjacent. So if we have a look at our right-angled triangle that we've got drawn here, in our first triangle we're going to look from this angle here that I'm going to mark with a theta. Now our hypotenuse this angle isn't relevant when we're labeling our hypotenuse because our hypotenuse is always the longest side and it's always opposite that right angle. So this here is our hypotenuse. But to figure out which ones are our opposite and adjacent, we have to be looking at this angle that we're given. So the side that is opposite that angle will be called our opposite, and the side that's next to that angle, so this one here, is going to be called our adjacent. Now, if instead of looking at this angle, we looked at this one up here, that's going to switch things around a little bit. So this side here is still our longest side, so it's still going to be our hypotenuse. But now the side that's opposite this angle is this one down here. So this is our opposite. And then this one here is next to our angle. So that means that this is our adjacent. So the hypotenuse isn't going to move regardless of which angle we're looking at. But our opposite and our adjacent are dependent on which angle in our triangle that we are talking about.